Hi, I'm Hannah Silverman reporting for Adelaide Now for Property Insider. I'm joined today with Greg Moulton. He's the Chief Executive Officer at Harcourts. How are you?
Good, Hannah. Very good indeed.
Good. I'm also joined by Tim Cece. He's from the Harcourts Financial Services Division. How are you?
Good, thanks, Hannah. Thank
Good.
you.
Now, obviously, we've just come out of Christmas period. So, Greg, can you give us a wrap-up how we went real estate-wise in the festive season?
Yeah, sure. I'm feeling very, very relaxed, Hannah. It's been a fantastic season, but while I've been relaxing, our sales consultants have been extremely busy.
Yes.
So, 3 or 4 years ago, we used to have a little bit of a break over Christmas. I suppose now, Christmas through to New Year is still fairly quiet. But no, very busy activity, so particularly obviously down the beachside areas, our Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Normanville offices have been very, very busy.
Now, first home buyers.
Yeah.
What's going to go on there? Is it the death of the first home buyer now that very valuable grant's disappeared?
I don't think it'll be the death of. That was fantastic. It kept our market bubbling along through the uncertain times of the middle of last year. There's still some fantastic buyers out there in the we call it the bottom end or the more affordable price ranges.
And of course that's made way for the investors as well. Are we seeing a big influx of investors?
Yeah, we are, Hannah. People are far more confident their economy is strengthened. It's not just a blimp on the radar, it is actually there. We have got a good economy, so people are investing back into the property market versus the share market. The share market still seems to be a little bit up and down.
What can you tell us about the next 6 months? What's the prediction there in the
Next
market?
6 months in the market, we think the first quarter will probably remain pretty much as it is. And that will be not a lot of property coming, or as much property coming onto the market. And last quarter, we were still down 20% on what we were the previous year.
And what were some of the major factors on that?
Oh, look, I think it's really just people just making sure the economy is as solid as it seems. Still a little bit of, a backlash from their financial crisis and just making sure they've got all their ducks in order and just a little bit more conservative with their approach to it. But I think now it's all systems go. Once we've got the first quarter out, we hit April all the way through, I think you're going to see a really good, vibrant South Australian real estate market.
Price increases?
We're saying 8 to 10%, which was about the same as last year. So as far as the actual values, we don't see a huge boom market, but we do think there'll be more activity as the year goes through.
Okay, handing over to Tim now. What can you tell us about the festive season as well? Let's start on that.
Yeah, the festive season, look, it's generally a little bit quieter around the Christmas time. People aren't too keen to lash out and buy a house around the Christmas time, so we're straight back into it in the new year. We're really busy again, which is good to see. So people have gotten over the Christmas break and are ready to spend their money again, which is nice.
And where's the bulk of the demand coming from?
I'm getting a real broad range of clients at the moment, which is really positive, I think. So I'm still getting the first home buyers. People thought that they might drop right out of the market, but I know, Greg, you'll know as well that they haven't, which is nice. So, and investors, I love seeing investors come back to the market. It shows that there's great strength in our market as well.
I think another big issue is, of course, the interest rate rises that we've had, and that's certainly worried a lot of people, and perhaps home buyers have held back for that reason alone. What can you tell us about the impact of the interest rates?
Yeah, it's a pretty hot topic, obviously. So I think interest rates for the first part of this year, probably the first 6 months, I don't think they'll go too far.
How many rises do you pick, Tim?
How many rises do I think in the first 6 months? Yep. Maybe 1 or 2, I would think, the first 6 months. Traditionally, also leading up to the election, funnily enough, there's not too many rate rises. The country and Adelaide in particular was really recovering quite well. So I think those rate rises were necessary. A little bit daunting, especially leading up to Christmas. In terms of the finance sector, well, obviously we'll see that the rates probably increase a little bit, I'd say towards the end of the year, but I just think it's going to get stronger and stronger.
And I'll just hand back to you, Greg. Yeah. With the top end, which areas are they looking at the moment, and which areas were perhaps a little slower at the start of last year?
Yeah. Look, there's all the traditional eastern suburbs areas that haven't really gone ahead in the last 12, 18 months as strongly as we would have thought. So I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of catch up there, which is obviously your Burnsides and your Unleys and those types of areas all the way through to St Peters, Royston Park. And as we keep saying, the beachside is going to remain really, really strong.
On the other side to that, what about the bottom end? Where are we likely to see?
Yeah, look, the western suburbs to me still fantastic value, and it's certainly not bottom end anymore. So middle bracket. If you've got 500,000 in your pocket, which is a bit more than the median house price, I'd be heading to the western side of the city.
Hey, thank you very much for joining us. My name's Hannah Silverman, reporting for Adelaide Now. I'd like to again thank Greg Moulton, the Chief Executive Officer from Brock Harcourts, and Tim Cece from the Financial Services Division. And I'd also like to invite you to join Greg Moulton blogging live on Adelaide Now at 10:30 on Monday morning. Thanks, guys.
Pleasure. Thanks, Hannah.